Oh, here at the Link High Roller, charging up, and look at these poor people trying to get on the bus. Oh, looks terrible. Luckily for them, it probably won't last too long. It looks like probably maybe 2 minutes or so. All right, so we're gonna be headed to Denver later tonight, probably around maybe around 3 or 4 a.m. I'll be taking off, so I want to get, it's about a little after 6 now, about 6:30, and so I want to get a full charge in, just have it up to 100% or close to it, and then I don't have to worry about that at that hour in the morning. I can just jump in the car and take off. So let's put that in to see how far. It says on Apple Maps it's probably going to be around, I think it's around 10 hours or so. And so with charging and all that, probably it's going to be more like 12. But let's go ahead and put that in. Denver. Let's see what it says. Oh my God, look at these poor people out here. Oh, look at it, it's just pouring out. They're just out there waiting to get on this bus to go drive around Las Vegas, which probably is the most boring thing you could ever do. Dude, just look stuff up online, go to a few fun places, go see a couple shows, gamble a little bit. Don't get on a bus and drive around Las Vegas. All right, so back to the trip to Denver. We're looking at 761 miles, 12 hours and 48 minutes, it says. Now, that includes charging stops, it says. So, yeah, we're looking at probably around a 13-hour day. So I figure if I leave around 3 a.m., and I'll probably go to bed here maybe around 9, and then take off around, well, maybe before 9, then take off around 3 or 4. Figure if I get there maybe tomorrow around 4 or 5, that should be pretty good. And then I'm going to hang out with my brother for a couple days at his place before heading off to Minnesota, which is another full day of driving, and if not 2. So as you can see here, is kind of mapping it out for us. This time I am going to use a better route planner, and I'm going to map it out to see how much different it is from this. This shows me going to St. George, Utah, then to Beaver, Utah, which we've been to both of those chargers before on the channel. Beaver, Utah is the one that has, it's a huge one. It's one where I saw the Model S prototype at. And then Green River, Utah, I've been to all these. Glenwood Springs, I stopped there on the way when I was coming from Moab. And then on to Denver. So, yeah, it's a full day's drive. So I will update you along the way. Like I said, I'm going to probably try to leave around 3 or 4 a.m. and we'll see if that ends up happening, if I can get up that early. All right, so a little bit of a late start. I wanted to get up around 3, ended up getting up around 3:40. So it's about it's 4:37 right now on Tuesday morning. Getting ready to take off for the Denver area and then on to Minneapolis. So you can see we're going to be stopping in St. George most likely, and just stopping there for about 15 or 20 minutes. Then on to Beaver, Utah, Green River, Utah, Glenwood Springs. All of these we've stopped at before, and then on to Superior, Colorado, near Denver. So looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops. I bet you there's going to be 6 or 7 instead because of the cargo box. So we'll see. You can see the track that we're taking right here. And so, but the next stop for sure is going to be St. George. I thought we might be able to make it to Beaver, but I don't think we've ever been able to make it. So there always seems to be a stop in there. Again, without the cargo box, I don't think there'd be a problem. And, we'd be able to make it just fine. So, but looks like we got 766 miles, almost 13 hours with charging. So hopefully we'll get in today, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock. I'll try to make up a little bit of time, but I don't think we'll be able to make up too much. So I'll keep you updated along the way, but the next stop here is going to be St. George, Utah. All right, see you there.
You We'd always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds to turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
All right, we're about 6 minutes from the Tesla Supercharger in St. George Convention Center Drive, which I don't think I've been to this one actually. I've been to the other one that's a little faster. This one is, I believe, a slower charger, but it's actually right on the freeway or the interstate. So the other one was like 10 minutes off. So I think this is probably going to end up working out pretty good. Interested in trying a different one. So let's see how it goes. Be there in about 5 minutes. All right, getting to the St. George Convention Center Supercharger in about a minute. I have yet to go to this one.
In 500 feet, turn right onto South Convention Center Drive. Now turn right onto South Convention Center Drive.
Looks like it should just be up here on the right in about a half a block.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's right here at Cracker Barrel.
Now your destination is on the right.
Question is it before or after? Yep, here it is. Yep, it's the kind of, I don't know what these call. I think they're called urban chargers. So we'll pull in here. I think they're 72 kilowatt, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check in a second. All right, let's go charge. All right, so we got 29% here at the Convention Center, St. George, Utah Supercharger. We will be hooking up here in a second, but yeah, we got 29%, and we will be charging up probably to about 80, 90%, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it says to charge up for 30 minutes. Yeah, that's the problem with this one. It's going to be slow. I believe it's, 72 kilowatt. But let me get hooked up here, and then I will update you in a minute. All right, so getting charging started here. Like I said, it's 29%. It says we need 30 minutes here. That's the bummer about going to a slower 72 kilowatt urban chargers, they're called, like this one, is that it's definitely going to take a little bit longer. Hopefully it won't take that long. Yeah, it's 73 kilowatts, as you can see. Here, as you can see, how much it's going to cost. It's at 11 cents right now and going up. And so, yeah, we'll probably just stick around here for about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. That's the kind of the bummer. It almost might have made sense to drive the extra 10 minutes to the other one, but you know, it probably ends up evening out to about the same, because 10 to 15 minute drive to the other one, that's I I believe 150 kilowatt. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a trade-off, but ended up deciding just to stick to this one. I hadn't been to this one before, so stick here for about 30 minutes and then get back on the road. Yeah, so these are those urban chargers that are 72 kilowatt. So the handles are the same, just the posts look a little different than the traditional 150 or 250 kilowatt superchargers. And they have these like big electrical boxes attached to them. At least they have a trash can here. Usually a lot of the superchargers don't even have trash cans next to them. All right, so we're about 15 minutes or so into the charge here in St. George, and you can see it's so far $5.58, and it's still at 73 kilowatts, so we're getting the full amount here, and we're at 54% now. So I think we were at about, what, 29% or somewhere around there. So at 54%, we'll stick around here about another 15 minutes maybe. I'm gonna wait till it says 25%. I could probably actually leave right now and not have any problem, but just want to be a little extra cautious. So with the cargo box, I've almost got myself into trouble a couple times because I left when it said 20%, and then all of a sudden halfway there it says, oh, you'll only have 3 or 4% when you get there. So yep, I just want to be a little extra cautious, so I don't mind sticking around an extra few minutes or so. You can see here it shows we'll have 23% when we get to Beaver, Utah, so I think we're ready to disconnect and get going. And if I click on charging here, you'll see it slowed down a little bit from 73 to 58 kilowatts going in. We got 77%, and the current session from 29% to 77% so far cost $10.60. So I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna go disconnect and get on out of here and get on to Beaver, Utah. All right, let's get going. Just leaving St. George here and headed to Beaver, Utah.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto South Main Street. Now turn left onto South Main Street.
All right, we're just getting off here at the Beaver, Utah Supercharger. All right, if anybody's been watching the channel since the beginning, about a month ago, you'll know that I've been here quite a few times, actually 4 or 5 times.
Is on the right.
And this is where I saw that Model S prototype right up here on the left. These are most of the chargers here are 250 kilowatt with a probably about 8 or 10 150 kilowatt as well. All right, let's get a charge going, 250 kilowatt. All right, so we're here at the Beaver, Utah Supercharger. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that we've been here quite a few times. It is a huge supercharging station. So I think there's like gotta be 40 or so different chargers. I'm the only one here right now, surprisingly. It is 8:24 in the morning on a Tuesday. And there's a car wash here. There's a Chevron and a DQ over there. I wish DQ was open because I would head over there and get something right now. But I don't think they're open at 8 or 9 in the morning. So as you can see, we got 19%. It's estimated when we left the last supercharger in St. George that we would have somewhere around 23%. So I didn't even need to stay as long as I did last time. I probably wasted about 15 or 20 minutes sitting there charging, especially at that slow 72 kilowatt charger. I could have just came onto this one and I would have had plenty. I could have left, yeah, probably 20 minutes earlier than I did. So that's unfortunate, but still learning, and especially with the cargo box, it's kind of still a big learning curve. So it says we need to get 47% to go on to the next Green River charger. We'll obviously go a little farther than that just to make sure. But yeah, we should probably be here, I'm guessing maybe around 30 minutes or slightly more. And we'll get that up to about 80, 90%. And I'll let you know exactly how much that cost as well. And I think that's about it. So I'll keep you updated as I get charged up, and I'll let you know when it's ready to head on to Green River, Utah. Get that plugged in there. You can see all the ones here show 250 kilowatt on top. Show you it's a pretty big supercharging station here, probably about 40 or so 250 kilowatt chargers. I think it's like 32 or something like that. And then on that side of the car wash over there, you can kind of see maybe a couple through the door right there. There's, I think, about 8 to 12 150 kilowatt chargers over there. So plenty of charging here, and I wish they were all like this. I wish they were all even in cities like this. Especially now that we know that Elon has said that he plans to open up the Tesla Supercharger network to other EVs starting later this year. That's going to be fine out here. Like when you're traveling, that's not going to be that big of an issue, except for the fact that what are you going to do when you're in the city? There's already waiting lines all over the country in urban areas. So they really need to beef that up this year, especially with how many Model 3 and Model Ys were sold over the last year. They're selling like hotcakes, so we got to get some more superchargers out there. All right, so it is 9 a.m. now, and it says that we will have 16% when we get to Green River, Utah, to the next supercharger. It's 189 miles away, 2 hours and 45 minutes. For that one, because that's a little longer of a stretch, I'm going to stick it out again till about 23%, somewhere around there. So shouldn't be too much longer. I'm guessing maybe like around 10 minutes. So as soon as that's done, and you can see as far as charging right now, we're currently at $15.21. So I'll update that right before we take off in about 10 minutes and let you know. All right, so it's time to take off. Probably stay a little bit longer than I need to again, but just to be sure. So it shows that we'll have 22% when we get to Green River, Utah, to the next supercharger. That's 189 miles away, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So just wanted to have a little bit extra just to make sure, because that's a pretty long stretch. So let's look at the charging. Still getting 29 kilowatts right now, even though it's already up to 92%. And then, as you can see, the current session is $16.58. So it's going to be just under 17 bucks. And I think it's time to take off. So I'm going to go unhook, and I will see you at the Green River Supercharger. All right, taking off from the Beaver, Utah Supercharger, headed to Green River, Utah Supercharger. Unfortunately, DQ is closed too early in the morning. All right, so just a little update. We still have, I guess, probably about 80 miles or something like that to get to the Green River Supercharger. But an update on the percentage. So it said that when we left, the Beaver, Utah Supercharger, that we would get to Green River with somewhere around 21, 22, I think it said 22%. And as you can see, we're already down to 10%. So I don't know if that'll end up going back up, but we'll keep an eye on it. It still says we'll have 10%. We don't have that much longer to go to get to it. So looks like it's 1 hour and 18 minutes, 89 miles to get to Green River. So should be fine. We got that 10% buffer right now. I'm a little surprised that it's 12% below already what it said it was going to be. So that's why I always, like I said, try to put on between 20 and 25% extra as a cushion. So my trips are a little different right now because of the cargo box compared to somebody else. If you didn't have the cargo box, from my initial few weeks of having the car, it was pretty dead on with what the percentage was. If it said you were going to have 4% when you got there, you know, you'd be within 1 or 2% of that. So the cargo box just throws it off. So, you know, headwinds, things like that can all affect it can all affect it a lot, including mountains and things like that. So it's supposed to take most of that into consideration as far as the topography, but not sure about, it doesn't seem to take into effect the cargo box. See you at Green River. Yeah, now it's showing 8% when I get there. Remember, originally it said 22%. So, yeah, I got to keep an eye on that. There's no other chargers in between. So I basically just have to go for it and hope that's the case. And there does not look like there's anything in there. It doesn't look like there's other towns or anything where I could maybe, get onto another charging network or something with my adapter. It looks pretty barren there. So, I have to hope that my 8% is enough to get there and see what happens. It only looks like about an hour until we get there. Yeah, an hour and 8 minutes, 78 miles it says. So I'll keep you updated. Hope 8% is enough. All right, got a little rain here in central Utah. I don't think it'll last too long, but I know the whole West needs rain. So we've had 3 days in a row of rain in Las Vegas, which has been great. Although it flooded, but it didn't rain that much. It just rained really hard for a short period of time. But this actually looks like a pretty decent rain right here. Yeah, it's clearing up ahead. You can already see it. Alright, just got out of that rainstorm, so looks like it should be sunny ahead. But yeah, that's some definite much needed rain. Any rain in the West is good rain.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine.
All right, so as you can see, we have 17 minutes left until we get to the Green River, Utah Supercharger, and it's showing us with 5% when we get there. It'll probably be more like 4% or even 3%. We'll see in a little bit, but you can see it said we would have 22% when we get there, and we only ended up with 4 or 5. So I definitely have to make sure that I keep doing between 20 and 25% cushion, just to make sure, because I never know with the topography, or in this case, I'm going the speed limit, which is 80 miles an hour, which isn't the most efficient speed. It's a little fast. Probably, 70, 75 would be better, but I kind of just want to keep up with traffic and get there faster, obviously. And so I think that, the topography, the wind, and the speed is obviously playing a little bit into that. So, but I didn't think we'd lose that much, especially going east instead of going west. Going west, I can imagine having a headwind, but going east, usually you don't have one. So to lose 22 to 5%, that's pretty considerable with the cargo box. So, if you don't have a cargo box, you're not going to see that. It's pretty much going to be pretty true to what it says. But in this case, not even close. I'm glad I stayed and got that extra percentage, but we'll be about 15 or so minutes. We'll be at the Green River, Utah Supercharger. I'll talk to you then.
Now take exit 164 on the right. In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Route 19.
All right, so we're just exiting here at the Green River.
Turn left onto Route 19.
Exiting here at for the Green River, Utah Supercharger. Said we would have 22% when we get here. Not even close. We will pull in with about 3 or 4%.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Oh, they got a Tesla technician here working on the superchargers. So in these, you don't want to use the same number as somebody else, if possible, because then you'll be splitting it. This is 150 kilowatt. On the 250 kilowatt, it doesn't matter. Those are independent, so you're not going to lose anything on those. But here you're on the 150s. So that person's on 2B, and I'll be on 1A. All right, so as you can see, got the battery very low sign again, and we'll just hit OK. And you can see we have 4%. So we're going to try to charge up here as fast as possible. It's 150 kilowatt, I believe. So it says estimated charge time 40 minutes. Let's hope not. But let's get charged up and see where we're at. All right, so I'm going to take off, actually. I ended up taking a little nap. This one was a long charge. I actually shouldn't have waited so long, but the nap was probably more important anyways. So if you look here, it wants me to go, it says I'll have 8% when I get to Glenwood Springs. I'm debating on leaving right now and just stopping at Grand Junction. There's a charger right there. It's only like 82 miles away. Or sitting around for another 15 minutes or so, and then taking, if this can get up to like 20% or a little higher, then I'll go ahead and head to Glenwood Springs. I'm just a little worried about that because I'm already at 87%, so I only have 13%. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, it gets slower as it gets higher. So I could end up waiting like another 15 or 20 minutes or even longer, and I'm kind of ready to get going. So not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect and then just stop for like maybe 10 minutes at Grand Junction. That'll give me a chance just to take a quick break too, and it's right off the freeway, so it's not like it's out of the way or anything like that. So Yeah, 9%. I mean, I could just stick around a few more minutes and see if that works. Because if basically, yeah, because I'm already, if I wasn't so high at 87%, I would just stick around. But that's going to take forever to get like that last bit. But I haven't decided yet. I think I'll probably just wait it out. I'll let you know as soon as I take off. All right, so I decided to just stay, and I'm up to 95%. It says I'll have 17% when I get to Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Then I don't have to stop at Grand Junction. Hopefully that's enough. Again, last time it said 22%, and we got here with like 4%. So could be right around 0. We'll see. Depends on, topography and all that stuff. So I'm going to go unhook and get going. This is one of those times where it's like annoying compared to having a gas car, because I ended up staying here for like 45 minutes or something like that, which maybe even longer. So it's kind of annoying considering that I probably should have just stayed here for like 20 minutes and then went on to Grand Junction and then on to Glenwood Springs. That would have been ideal. I'm sure that's what... if I would have used the app, Better Route Planner probably would have told me to do that, because it typically tries to get you to do like small, quicker stops. So, and especially with Grand Junction being right off the interstate, it would have probably been much easier. In this case, it actually ended up working out okay, because I did take like a half hour, 40-minute nap. So that was much needed since I got up today at like 3:30 in the morning. But yeah, so it says, 18%. I'm going to get going now, and should get there hopefully with at least a couple percent left. So we'll see. It says 18%. Let's see how much when we get to Glenwood Springs. Also, as far as charging cost, let's look at charging. This one of the higher ones that I've had, $21.17 right now. So, but usually it's between, $10 and $20 are most of my charging sessions. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get going all the way down to only 16 kilowatts right now. So it's barely trickling in with 96% already in the battery. So I'm gonna get going, and I will see you in Glenwood Springs, hopefully, and not on the side of the road. All right, just leaving the Green River, Utah Supercharger, and headed to Glenwood Springs. Hopefully have enough charge to get there. Might end up stopping at Grand Junction because it already has me down to 6%. Had me at what, like 16, 17%? And that was only like 20 minutes ago. And I'm already down to 6. So I think I'm gonna stop in Grand Junction, and then from there, I'll stay there for just like 10 minutes. Just get like a quick 10-minute charge and then be on my way. Luckily, it's right off the freeway. All right, so to kind of show you why I ended up deciding to stop here in Grand Junction, if, pull this down. Okay, here, that's Glenwood Springs. That's where we're originally going to go to. So if I put that in there,
Drive southeast on
see.
Interstate 70 east for 98.2
well, actually it says we're going to have 11%. I think I could maybe make it. I just don't know if it's worth it. And I mean, I might as well just, let's bring it down again. See, Glenwood Springs says I'll have 11%. I probably can make it. It's in an hour and a half left, but it might be really close. So, like I said, I think I'm just going to stop for like 10 minutes at Grand Junction coming up. And it's right off the interstate, so it's kind of like no reason not to just stop. I'll just, grab a soda or something like that, and we'll go there first. I think the 11% probably would make it, but again, it might be down to like 1 or 2%. So better to be safe than sorry.
Now take exit 26 on the right. 70 Business Loop East ramp on the right. In 500 feet, take the Interstate 70 Business Loop East ramp on the right.
All right, going to the Grand Junction Supercharger, just a few minutes away. All right, so it's a little bit farther off the road than I was hoping, or off the interstate than I was hoping. Not too bad, probably just like 5 minutes.
Now turn left onto Mesa Mall Shopping Park.
Alright, I think I see them straight ahead.
Now turn left to stay on Mesa Mall Shopping Park.
Oh yeah, I think I came to these before. Actually, I did.
Now turn right. Now your destination is on the right.
Yeah, I stopped here. I went to Cabela's to go to the bathroom last time. I guess it must have been when I first came out here. Alright, so just plugged in here at Grand Junction. I stopped here before because I know I went over to this Cabela's over here, and I think it was like when I first came out to out west, so probably about a month and a half ago. But getting up here, yeah, about 110 kilowatts. So I'm only gonna stay here like 10 minutes. That's it. That's all I need. So let's put in. Yeah, it says we'd have 10% right now if we left right now. I just plugged in. So that's about what it said I would have. I didn't think that was going to be enough with still like an hour and 15-minute drive. So I decided that I was just going to stop for like 10 minutes and we'll get up probably about 60-65% and then we'll take off. Technically, we could charge so we can go 140 miles and go to Silverthorne. Now it's a 250 kilowatt charger. It's interesting. I should probably use a better route planner to try to help out with this. I'll make a decision here shortly and let you know. All right, so a better route planner wants me to go to Glenwood Springs, then wants me to go to Silverthorne, and then that's it. And then the next one would be up in the northwest area of Denver. So that's it. So it just has me 2 more stops, and it says only 6-minute stops at each one, but it's not taking into consideration the cargo box. So I'm gonna probably stay for about 10 to 15 minutes at each one. So I think I'm ready to go here. It says, let's see here. It says that I'll have 24% when I get to Glenwood Springs. So that's plenty. And I'm going to get going. And especially because it's only an hour and 22 minutes away. So if it was like 3 hours away, then I have to worry because then it's going to bleed away more of the percentage. And in this case, 25% is going to be plenty because it's only an hour and 20 minutes. So, all right, I'm going to go unhook and take off for Glenwood Springs, Colorado.
Sky's beautiful and so are you. I wanna make it up to you, start something new. Yeah, I've been thinking of the parts I played for you. Now I'm drinking from the bottle as I do. It's like a long...
Enter the roundabout and take the second exit.
I ended up getting here to Glenwood Springs with 25% charge still. So next one we should have Silverton, and then that should be it. So let's bring up the map here. 67 miles away. That should be the last one before getting to Denver. All right, I'll keep you updated. Also on that last charge, let's see here. So that last charge that we did, that was about 10 minutes long. It was only $3.77. I forgot to update you guys on the last one. Yeah, we have 25% left here, and the next stop will be Silverthorne, and that should be the last stop before we get to Denver. So I will keep you updated if anything comes up. Okay, so filled up here at Glenwood Springs up to 69%, and you can see the last charge here was $9.86. So put on about what, I think I had what, like 20% or something like that when I got here. I can't even remember, but put on about 50%. It was $9.86. I'll update you on that on the way, but that should be the last stop before Denver.
Up in a painted cup, I will pour my love from a cloud above. So bright I can see the lights, taking you up and above the blue sky. Tastes good to be drinking all of the honey sweet brew of ours. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly. Like a firefly. I believe to believe is to feel the fire grow within. I believe to believe is to see how the present comes from dreams. Up in a painted cup, I will paraglide across the sky. Let flowers and tiny hearts shaping a line in the cup of ours. So sweet like a honeybee can buzz around a honey tree. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly. Like a fire.
All right, getting to the last supercharger of the night.
Rainbow Drive.
Should be Silverthorne, I believe.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Exit only. Whoops. Turned a little early. Turned into the exit, but oh well. All right, so charging here at Silverthorne, and it's 150 kilowatt. I'm getting 109, 110 right there. All right, so it says just to charge for about 10 minutes. Currently, I'd have about 12% when I get there. I'll let it go for a little bit until it gets to about 25, 30%, and then should be good to go. But yeah, that'll be the last. This is the last stop before getting to my brother's. I'll be traveling again on Thursday, and then headed to Minneapolis. So I'll probably stop somewhere and just stay at a hotel on Thursday night, somewhere I'm guessing like South Dakota or something like that, maybe southern Minnesota, and then I'll just stay there for the night and then get up super early on Friday and finish whatever's left, hopefully less than a few hours. So that's kind of the plan for now. I'll update you if anything changes, but yeah, this will be the last supercharger before the end of the night. So I will probably update you maybe one more time as I get into kind of the Denver area, and that'll probably be it for the night. So thanks again for watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on Thursday.